Hey, comic fam. I live here in Houston, and the big comic book store here in Houston is Bedrock City. And they have 4 or 5 locations around, but the main store is up in the what's called the Galleria district. And the owner's Richard. We've been friends since I moved here in '07 to Houston, and I had heard that he had, I don't know, purchased or put together or something, but a large collection of low grade Golden Age books. And it's probably about 20 to 30 short boxes that he had put out at the store. So I went over there last week and picked out a few lower grade books to use as conservation material. The first one I picked up, I'm not going to conserve or anything, but I thought it was really neat. I love my Captain Marvels, and this is an English version. So I found it interesting. I've seen these for sale every now and then, but I've never owned one or seen one in person. A little bit smaller than our comic books and very thin. Must be just like one Captain Marvel story inside. But they're sometimes called Miller editions. And you can see here, English edition by L. Miller, something limited, London. I thought that was pretty neat to pick up an English version to put in my collection. I thought that was pretty cool. I have seen this around for a while, and I've always wanted this. They did so many novelties and stuff for Captain Marvel. I bid on something like this, or this, several months ago and didn't win it. It ended up going pretty higher than I wanted to pay. But yeah, I saw this in the box and $45. I'm like, yep, you're coming home with me. Magic eyes. Okay, so here is our books that I bought for us to work on. The first one is this Captain Marvel Family 18, so pretty early one. I love the cover. Mary Marvel, Captain Marvel Jr., and Captain Marvel. A lot wrong with it. Looks like it's detached at the top spine. Got tear at this staple. Missing piece here. A 3.0. That's going to be a project. Alright, this one is a bit deceptive. It says it's 4.0, but it's actually a lot lower. When you open it up, all the staple, all the paper is attached to the staple but torn away from the wraps. So all the wraps are loose inside here. This will be an interesting project, and I bought it for that reason, is because I will have to meticulously go through and take every little piece of paper in order and reattach to all the wraps. So I thought that'd be an interesting project to do, but that's not what I'm tackling right now. I think this is going to be the one we're going to tackle. Dick Tracy Monthly #1, 2.0. Dale. I think it's pretty rough. I think it's got some good potential, and we'll see in the end if you think that we've got it higher than a 2.0. Huh, Jack? The Dick Tracy newspaper comic strip was created by Chester Gould in 1931. Dick Tracy became a policeman to avenge the murder of Emil Trueheart, the father of Tracy's longtime love interest, Tess Trueheart. Tracy was portrayed as an incorruptible, plainclothes detective in a Midwestern city that resembled Chicago. His criminal adversaries were grotesque villains of repulsive physiognomy with such self-descriptive names as Pruneface, Flyface, the Mole, Wormy, the Blank, Laffy, and Rodent. Dick Tracy reached more than 5 million readers in more than 500 newspapers. By comparison, Superman comics circulated in the 1950s at a rate of 1.5 million monthly. Tracy made his first comic book appearance in 1936 as one of the features included in the first issue of Dale's Popular Comics. These are reprints from newspaper strips, reconfigured to fit the pages of a comic book, as was the case with most Dick Tracy comic book appearances. The first comic to feature Tracy exclusively was the Dick Tracy feature book, published in 1937 by David McKay Publications. In 1938, Tracy became one of the several regular newspaper strips featured in Dell's regular monthly Super Comics. In 1939, Tracy was the sole feature of the very first issue of Dell's 4-color comics. Tracy was featured in 7 more 4-color issues throughout the 1940s. In January 1948, Dell began the first regular Dick Tracy comic book series, Dick Tracy Monthly. This series ultimately ran for 145 issues. The first 24 were published by Dell, after which it was picked up by Harvey Comics. Continuing the same numbering, Harvey published the series until 1961. Over the years, many reprints of Dick Tracy newspaper strips have been published. Beginning in 2006, IDW Publishing started the series The Complete Chester Gould Dick Tracy, reprinting the complete strip in hardcover volumes. The series was concluded with the 29th and final volume being released in December 2020. Pretty good gloss, but not sure if you can see it. There's something that's been spilt on here. Bad spine roll, as you can see, but the staples are attached. And they're not rusted. They do have a pretty dark patina. We're missing some chips over here. You know, it's got a stain here, but it looks like something has fallen onto this, and there's a hole all the way through the book. So there you go. There's a hole. Pages don't look that bad. Some staining, and I don't think the paper is there to really fold back over and fix that. But I think we will go through and mend those holes. We definitely will on the cover. So yeah, somebody must have been angry at Dick Tracy, stuck a knife or something through it. But I thought it was a cool book. Boy, you get your money's worth. Look at this. 12 panel grids. Man. Right? 3 times 4, 12. Looks like someone did some math. We'll check that later, see if they got it right. Alright, so I think most of that paper is still there on the back. Overall dirty, something up here. We'll see if we can scrape off. But yeah, I thought this would be a neat little project, and you know, it gives us a good starting point. We know it's graded around a 2. I'd agree with that, around a 2.0. We'll look at it in the end and see if we think that we've increased grade or not. All right, so stay tuned. This is what we're going to be working on. All right, Confam, so this is our Dick Tracy book, or cover, I should say. I was drying it last night and then was going to do the tear seals. And I just finished warming up some hamburger helper. Then was making a fresh batch of wheat paste, put the little container of mixed up wheat paste in the microwave to warm up. And the microwave, like, I don't want to say exploded, but you know, there was like and flashes and smoke, a big pop, and yeah, the microwave died. I had no choice but to go ahead and dry the cover. And then this morning I had to go to the doctor. I then went and bought a new microwave so I can finish making my wheat paste. So here's the dried cover I want us to take a look at. Turn it around and see how well we did with the first couple of washes. I did use surfactant. I feel like it's helped a lot. Definitely looks cleaner. I was able to scrape off this whatever it was, but it left a stain, and there's a stain that goes all the way through, so probably won't be able to remove that. A couple of pin marks and stuff. Oh, that's a something. So it needs another wash anyway. Notice though this seal, see how well that ended up covering up, and that's not tingujoed or anything yet, just did a great job. You know, there's still some more we can do. These stains I doubt will come out any further. I'm not sure what blue light would do. Also, we still have a few things I think we can remove. We've got whatever was spilt here that is taken off the gloss. We can try to work on. And then I also felt right here some things that I think can be scraped off now that I've done these first couple of washes, and it's like, okay, that I can feel that sitting on top of the surface of the book. Getting it wet and working at it can probably get that taken care of. The hole in the cover doesn't look that bad. Now we do have some areas along here where the top layer of cover is separated. Like here you can see the top layer is gone, but there's several spots where the top layer is just sitting on the next layer. So we're gonna have to take some methyl cellulose or something and lay those down. But what I wanted to be able to show was, hey, just from a couple of washes, no dry cleaning first, that we were able to really clean this up quite a bit. Now we can go through with a dry clean. Now that that dirt has been loosened from the first wash, we can now pay attention to some areas that we can work on a bit with the next wash. So that'll be wash number 3. I can feel this kind of raised. We might be able to work on that some. But yeah, and you can see how flat, smooth it looks. Yeah, we've done a lot so far. Interior looks great. Again, no ink loss, which is great. 1948. Very happy with that. So far, so good. A lot of progress. Beautiful. It lays down so nice. Feels so much better too. You know, you can really tell once you've done a proper cleaning, you know, just how better the book feels. All right, so let's continue on.